Ravens offered Lamar Jackson $113 million in guarantees initially before raising it to $133. A source told Ryan Clark, ESPN. There are 6 quarterbacks who make more than $133 million in guarantees. 2 more just under that number. ESPN is reporting some NFL executives believe the Ravens might trade Lamar Jackson if they can't get a deal done instead of tagging him with the intent of keeping him. Can you see that happening? Now, the Ravens, again, they're a very much a their financials are, we're not going to tie up a lot in any one guy.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you're Lamar Jackson, the way the NFL works is the guy that signs latest gets the most money, right? That's always been how it is. So, I don't know if he can expect to get the Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed, but I think he would want to come second. And I think that's a legitimate ask for Lamar Jackson, given he's been an MVP, given the importance he has had to that team. And you've seen it the last few years down the stretch when they can't win enough games without him. So I think that's where he needs to hold out, is somewhere between Deshaun Watson and then the rest of that guaranteed money. And I could see it reaching a point where the Ravens do try to trade him. The problem I have with that is, their offense is set up to be Lamar Jackson. And they don't have the receivers. They don't have, it's all about Lamar Jackson. And I think that would be a really difficult transition unless you got a guy that could fit right in. And there's just not a whole lot of guys out there in the world that could slide right into that offense and be the same. So I guess I'm saying I expect him to come back to Baltimore and they figure it out.
Well, think about this. Do you think, and it's certainly not the primary reason that the Browns guaranteed that contract, $230 million guaranteed. Do you think that was an ancillary thought process? Because you've got Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, the other guy in this division, is coming up, and I got to imagine it's creating some issues for 2 of the other teams in your division, that contract for Deshaun Watson.
No, there's no doubt. I don't think that went into the thinking. I think it was all about how can we land him, and that was how you would land Deshaun Watson, is by making it fully guaranteed. But I certainly think that is a happy coincidence for the Browns, is that it's putting a lot of pressure on both those teams when it probably wouldn't have, right? Nobody's had that guaranteed money, the fully guaranteed. And now those are big questions for Jackson and especially Burrow. I mean, how do you not offer Burrow that kind of a contract with how he's played and taken him to at least 1 Super Bowl in his first 3 years?
Yeah, the other thing is, though, you got to have the financial wherewithal to put a percentage of that in escrow. And I don't know that the Bengals have that financial wherewithal to do that.
Well, they better figure it out. You can't let Joe Burrow get away. I mean, geez.
Yeah, that without question, that was impressive to say the least, and he's likely not done.